Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel Tesla Live to Learn. In previous videos we have discussed basic concepts of circuit theory and today we are going to discuss circuit theorems. So first of all, what is the necessity of circuit theorems? Suppose we have a very large network with so many number of nodes, branches, meshes, etc. So it is very difficult for us to find a desired element output. So we use circuit theorems to simplify our the circuits, and we can also find by using mesh and nodal analysis. But when there is so many sources, meshes, and nodes, it is very difficult for us uh, to find. So we use circuit theorems instead of those. Let us start with superposition theorem, which is very important, and most of the questions will be asked from superposition theorem uh, in competitive exams like SSC JE and digital assistant examination and so on. So let us start with the statement of superposition theorem. So in a linear network with several independent sources, the response in particular branch when all sources are acting simultaneously is equal to the sum of individual responses when one source is acting at a time while other sources are deactivated. Suppose we have n number of sources. What superposition theorem is saying is find the individual responses due to individual sources. So when you sum up all the individual responses, that will be equal to the total response of the circuit in that particular branch. So that is the statement of superposition theorem. What is the procedure we are going to follow is we must consider one source at a time. That is the first point, and all other voltage sources must be shorted, which means short circuited, and all other current sources must be opened, and dependent sources are remain same as they were. If there is some dependent sources, we should not disturb them. They must be as they were earlier. So please note down few points while solving problems. when we when we open current sources, when there is an open circuit, the element which is in series with open circuit can be neglected, and when there is a short circuit, the element which is in parallel with short circuit can be neglected. So let us this is open circuit, and this element is in series with open circuit, so this can be neglected, and this is short circuit, and the element which is in parallel with short circuit can be neglected. And this is the most important precaution we must take while solving problems. Please make sure that you should not make mistakes in these 2 points. So okay, let us solve one example problem so that we can easily understand what is superposition theorem. Find the current in 1 ohm resistor using SPT. So this is the circuit which was given in previous examination. So we must find current I which is through 1 ohm resistor. So what is the procedure? We must consider one source at a time. Voltage sources must be short circuited. Current sources must be open circuited. Let us divide this current into three parts: I1, I2, and I3. I1 is response due to this 4 volt, and I2 is response due to 3 ampere, and I3 is response due to 1 ampere. We will sum up those three, which will be equal to total response in this particular branch, that is current through 1 ohm resistor, which is the desired value. So let us start. Step 1, response due to 4 volt. So 4 volt is considered. So the other two current sources must be open circuited. We opened that. The equivalent circuit will become like this: 4 volt, 2 ohm, and 1 ohm and 3 ohm. This 3 ohm resistor is in series with open circuited, so we neglected this one. So now the circuit, in this circuit 2 ohm and 1 ohm, these two are in series, so the I1 value is 4 volt by 2 plus 1, series combination of these two, which is equal to 1.33 ampere. So step 2, response due to 3 ampere current source. So to find out that, we must short 4 volt voltage source and 1 ampere current source. When we do that, the circuit will become 3 ampere current source. A 3 ohm resistor is in series with current source, and these two are in parallel. So we must apply parallel division, that is current division rule in parallel circuit. If you are not familiar with current division rule, please go through the video which was provided in description. I have explained current and voltage division rule in that video. So what is current division rule? I2, the current due to 3 ampere current source, I2 equal to total current 3 into opposite resistor 2 by total resistance 1 plus 2, which is equal to 2 ampere. Now let us move to step 3, response due to 1 ampere current source. To find response, so we must short 4 volt voltage source, and we must open 3 ampere current source. When we did that, the circuit will become this one, and if we observe, this 3 ohm resistor is in series with 1 ampere, and these two are in parallel. These two are connected in same node, no? One end is connected to one node, and another end is connected to other node, and voltage across these two are same, so that we can call this is parallel connection. When we write that equivalent circuit, it can be turned into 1 ampere current source, and 3 ohm resistor is in series with this 1 ampere current source, and 2 ohm and 1 ohm are in parallel, which is in parallel with 1 ampere current source. Same here also, we are applying the current division rule. The current division rule is I3 equal to total current 1 ampere into opposite resistor 2 by sum of all these two, 2 plus 1, which is equal to 3. So the current is I3 is 0.66 ampere. So I1 is current due to 4 volt voltage source, I2 is current due to 3 ampere current source, and I3 is current due to 1 ampere current source. We found out the individual responses. When we sum up, this response will be equal to total response of the circuit according to superposition theorem. So total current I equal to 1.33 plus 2 plus 0.66, which is equal to 4 ampere. 4 ampere is the answer. So okay friends, I think you are familiar with the superposition theorem now. In our next video, we will discuss Thevenin's theorem, and we'll solve some problems based on the Thevenin's theorem. So after that, we are going to discuss Norton theorem. After that, maximum power transfer theorem. Then we'll move to AC circuits. If you want any videos, please comment in comment section, and please like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.